Welcome to Football Daily. It's actually daily for once. Yes, it is. Now, today we've got a few things. We obviously have got Republic of Ireland versus Belarus. Can Republic of Ireland win their final pre-Euro 2016 friendly? We have me giving my 8-minute rambling thoughts on the season coming ahead. And we also have Transfer Daily, which we talk about things such as Pritchard leaving Spurs and Ibrahimovic again. Yep, that's all for the Republic of Ireland's last friendly before Euro 16 was against Belarus, who Northern Ireland beaten 3-0 days before. However, friendly got off to a disastrous start, with Michał Górniczuk firing a wonderful screamer to make it 1-0 early on. Belarus then surprisingly made it 2-0, with some poor defending from Christie, allowing Vrolko to score. Ireland would manage to get themselves back into this, with Shane Long, the substitute, having immediate impact. He with his assist from Christie's throw-in, ended up finding Ward, who fired into it to make it 2-1. However, Ireland would lose this last friendly. So today, I think I'm going to be previewing the upcoming season. Sort of an early preview. I'm definitely going to do another one at some point, I expect, but I'm definitely thinking about doing this as kind of an early preview, almost kind of a, sort of a who they should sign kind of thing. So yeah, we'll go through most of the league, actually. We'll go through all the league. I saw an article on this on Sky Sports, and I thought this is probably why I should probably do a bit of talk about it as well. So let's kick off with Leicester City. They're gonna be. It's gonna be an interesting season next season. They've proved amazing. Obviously, they've had the whole team's been amazing. Vardy, Schmeichel. I am surprised to see. Obviously, they're getting another goalkeeper to seemingly replace Schmeichel in Robert Zieler. They also obviously got great defenders, Huth and Morgan, even Fuchs, Simpson, Kante. The whole team, to be honest, has been amazing top to bottom. They've been very, very good, and they do deserve to have come where they came. What I would improve for Leicester is definitely more squad players. I think they're going to be Champions League next season. They do need more squad players, absolutely. Because injuries will come to them more, and they'll need to keep up to date. Who they're currently targeting, I know of, is Robert Zieler. There's also a guy called Hernandez, who is definitely a possible target, and obviously there's Musa. And there's also Niang. Those are the targets I know of. They are targeting, so those are the ones to keep in mind. Now on to Spurs. Spurs got third in the end. That'll be a massive disappointment to Spurs, to be honest. They were obviously doing amazing, and that will be their biggest disappointment, and understandably so. What they need to improve is also, again, it's more of a squad. Get more Champions League players in to compete, and make sure you compete in that as well. But other than the squad, it's not an awful lot that needs doing. I mean, they obviously will be pretty annoyed about, kind of losing it in the last match day, and they'll need to improve on that. I think making sure that they don't, when they get their heads down, they don't stay down. But it's been an overall good season for them as well. Now to my club, Arsenal. We've already got our first bit of business done, which is very good. However, obviously, there's a lot more to do. We definitely need another striker. We cannot go another window without signing another world-class striker. Also, somewhere I read, and this is agreed, a few players are going to have to leave. I know Wenger bangs on about how, certain players, all our players are good and stuff. But no, there's a few of the players at the club that have been sitting around for too long and doing nothing and just kind of had a bit of an easy time, and they don't particularly do amazing. Your Theo Walcotts, even your Ramseys at points this season. I'm looking at you. Most definitely. Again, I'm really happy with a second. I'm sure most Arsenal fans will be, but we want to compete for title. Man United, massive new manager Mourinho. He'll be one of the best managers you're going to possibly get. If not the best. Him and Guardiola definitely are the two best managers in the world, in my opinion. I'm surprised to see that Mata and Blind are out the world. Not too much Mata because him and Mourinho have history. Very surprised to see Blind going out the exit door. There'll be a rehash. I want to spend a lot of money on Mourinho. They could do very well this season, and I'm not sure they'll win it this first season. I got to say, I think they will be right back up there though. They'll go from being Champions League to the league, depending on my opinion. Now, Man City, they have Guardiola, another amazing manager. Again, lots of money will be spent. There's going to be a massive rivalry with Mourinho because obviously they're former Real Madrid, former Real Madrid, former Barcelona. They're the best two managers in the world, and it'll be the Manchester Derby anyway. There's going to be a massive, massive rivalry when it comes to that. However, again, Guardiola will want to get rid of a lot of players and spend a lot. I know Torre's going out, so those are the those are the players. Now, when it comes to being relegated, two of the clubs I want to talk about when it got to relegation zones this season, Norwich and Newcastle. Norwich, they played nice football, they did well. If they want to come up, they've got to score a goal scorer. They've got to score someone who's going to get more than 7 goals a season, being Mbakani getting 7, Redmond got 6. That's your biggest problem, is when your top goal scorer's got 7. And Arsenal fans complain about not having a world-class striker. Norwich need to just get a decent striker, let alone a world-class striker. So, that's what they need to improve on. Newcastle, they've already done the best thing they could do, just keep Benitez. That's the best thing they could have done, and they've done that, so well done to them. Not sure what else they've got to do too much, but got to sign a lot of players. They've already got they've got to keep a lot of players, actually. They've got a decent team. Wijnaldum, Townsend, Shelby. I know they don't perform all the time, but they turn up. They're amazing. I'm really shocked Newcastle went down in the end, as are a lot of people. But yeah, that's what they've got to do. Just want to say a special mention to Southampton as well. I feel they could be a Champions League contender this season. They're very good. Very good team, actually. I highly rate Southampton. Mane, Wanyama. But Wanyama hasn't been as good this season, but, Van Dijk, Fonte, very good players, and I think they could be one to watch this season if we're looking at a surprise team to do well. Also now, Liverpool, decent team as well. They got to do a massive rebuilding process. Klopp's a good manager, though. 2 finals, though, as well, which is interesting. The team, for me, isn't even that good. 2 finals, which is very good. Klopp's a very good manager, a very fun manager. And if Götze comes in, Götze could be a very big marquee signing. And there are others. West Ham now, they're interesting. The key for them will be keeping Payet if they want to be challenging for top 4, because Payet was just unbelievable. Dimitri Payet was. And again, signing new players. They are moving to a new stadium, which could hinder them in some way, shape, or form, if I'm honest, because of the fact that, it's just likely to, because it's a new home ground. Also, I forgot to mention Aston Villa. Aston Villa got relegated. They've got to not panic. I mean, they're in a dire situation, but goodbye to Villa. I feel they could be down for a couple of years. They've got to not panic, but they could be there for a couple of years. I think that could be honestly a 2-3 year rebuilding job if they want to come back up to the Premier League. Now, and obviously, the Scottish League, there's going to be some interesting things. More than anything, is for the first time in forever, there's going to be a 3-horse race when it comes to Scotland for once. Yep. Celtic, Rangers, and Aberdeen. I might actually get more interested in Scottish football. Celtic won't just be taking the title every time. Rangers have come back up. They already proved how good they were just from coming up from the Scottish League 2, whatever that name is. Aberdeen did pretty decent. They got second this season, and obviously Celtic always win it, and they did very well. Celtic bottled it in big games. I was reading from the Sky Sports article. Celtic bottled it in big games, which has been their biggest problem. So maybe Rangers and Aberdeen will be able to gain some points there, but that was under the old manager. Bearing in mind, Brendan Rodgers is now the Celtic manager, but also bearing in mind, Rangers have already signed Joey Barton on not free undisclosed, which is a very big deal for me. Joey Barton's a decent player in that league, and particularly, he'd be a decent player in the Premier League, so Joey Barton's there. That's going to be a very interesting battle, a three-way battle. And Aberdeen were up there this season. They should be up there again. In the Championship, obviously, there's going to be, the teams that have come up. Burnley are up. I would have said their main priorities are keeping 3 of their best players, which would be Andre Gray, Sam Bogues, and Joey Barton, who I've just said gone to Rangers. So they already failed at that one, to be brutally honest, but they've got a good chance. And I feel Hull have got a good chance of staying up. If Hull keep Steve Bruce, they keep Abel Hernandez, they keep Diame, Livermore, the key players, they've got them up there. Again, gotta be honest, Hull and Burnley, because they've only just come, they bounced straight back up. They'll have a very good chance. They know the league, actually. They'll have a decent chance. Middlesbrough could be the risk to go down, in my opinion. Obviously, they got relegated from Championship with MK Dons, Bolton, and Charlton. Commiserations to them. I know there was a bit of a problem when it came to... I think MK Dons had some problems. No, Charlton had some problems even. But yeah, commiserations to them. And Wigan as well. I remember them back in the Premier League, Wigan, only 5 years ago. Well, they've gone down to League One. They're now back up, however, in Championship. I know Will Grigg is amazing. I watched him play against Swindon. I watched he scored the other day on one of the football games I put in for Northern Ireland, actually. Very, very decent team player, Will Grigg, in my opinion. And also in Liga BBVA, obviously, Real Madrid have got to make a decision on Zidane, do they keep Zidane or not. And if they keep Ronaldo, do they keep Ramos? They've got a transfer ban. Atletico also got a transfer ban. which could impede their progress. I think if the next this year might be a three-horse race. Barcelona might blow it away over the next season because the transfer ban will still be active. However, that's just the League One race. I do you've enjoyed it. It's been a 10-minute rant. Again, a long video because I rant. So it's not going to be too much background on this either. So I do hope you enjoy. You've listened to my rambling and my opinions. I just wanted to get that out there, really, to talk about my opinions on the whole situation. I do hope you've enjoyed. And please leave a comment if you disagree, if you agree, anything. I want comments. Welcome to Transfer Daily. This is where we talk about all the daily transfer goings-ons. And I've got to be honest, a lot of it is to do with managers. There's not a lot of players in the last 24 hours. It is mainly managers. No, there's not really anything to do with players. And there's many managers and a few sporting director kind of things. So let's get right into it. It's not going to be too much today. Leeds have sacked manager Steve Evans. He's the 43rd manager they've sacked in 24 years, which is amazing. And they're already approaching former Swansea boss Gary Monk to be their new manager. I wouldn't go, Gary. It'll ruin your career. Spurs have also told midfielder Alex Pritchard that he can leave. This is in one of the only few player-rated transfer stories of today. That is right, midfielder Alex Pritchard. He's 22, 23 years of age. They have told any other clubs they can pay $8 million for him, and he is yours. Man United are not going to be appointing a new sporting director. There were rumours to welcome Jose Mourinho. He wanted a new sporting director to go out and buy his players. However, Woodward appears to be doing just fine, and they will keep that. Aston Villa, who are relegated, have made contact with former Schalke and Chelsea boss and former West Brom boss, I actually remember correctly, Roberto Di Matteo, over their new managerial job, so he could be the new manager in the next 48 hours. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, now I feel he's doing this just to tease us. He was talking about his future earlier. He's not going to Malmo, leaving it just open to MLS China or Man United. We'll see, in your own time, Ibra, in your own time. Diego Simeone has been rumours over his future, whether he'll stay. However, he is going to stay at Atletico Madrid now, Diego Simeone, and he's going to try and win more trophies there. Well done to him. I think very good for him. Everton have missed out on signing the Sevilla sporting director, Monchi. They wanted a new sporting director, Everton. And they tried to learn Monchi, however, he's refused them, so he'll be staying at Sevilla. Speaking of people at Sevilla, though, Jose Antonio Reyes, yes, the former Arsenal man, he has left Sevilla. They didn't renew his contract. He's now left the club. Apparently, he's a club legend, they've called him. He's now left the club, yep, and he is a free agent again. Hull manager Steve Bruce, he's considering his future. Despite playing in the Premier League, he thinks he might quit. He's considering his future. He's going to make a decision in the next 10 days. Finally, Hibernian boss Alan Stubbs, he led them to the final and cup win only a few days ago, but he has just terminated his contract, Hibernian, so he can sign for Rotherham. Yep, that's right, he has signed for Rotherham. He is now a Rotherham manager. That's all today. It was mainly managers and stuff, so sorry it's a bit boring with the transfer stuff. Sorry, this is probably one of the most boring episodes I've done of Football Daily, but I thought there was a few things need to be said there today. Anyway, see you tomorrow.